things. And let's see. Looking at Twitch. And okay, so YouTube is up. And we are there. And Twitch is Twitch is
I got a commercial, so
looks like it's up. All right, I got it. I had to.
yeah, I see the video. I don't have the audio yet.
Yeah, it's up. It's up. Yeah, we're good. So we're there on both. And now I will share the stream. I will share the stream and everything from myself, and then we can get going. It would help if I was on the correct. Let's see here.
Hey, Linda, you want to see something cute?
Absolutely.
Check out my little needle minder. Hold on. It's a bee.
That is adorable.
It's magnetic, so it just sits here and holds my needle.
Such a good idea.
Does the trick.
Yeah, it's better than putting them in your mouth.
Yeah.
I actually had to explain
I've done that.
I do that.
I don't want to do that anymore. So
I do that all the time.
That's why it lives on my sleeve.
It's a much better idea.
Okay, I think I did the post thing. Let's do this.
All right.
Right?
I think that's a great
All right,
idea.
everybody. So, 3, 2. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Engage Family Gaming Podcast. My name is Steven Dutzman. I am your host, and once again, I am joined by some of my very best friends in the whole wide world. We're here to talk about our favorite games and gaming experiences of 2025 as we move on into the new year. So we did our audio checks already. So now let's do some introductions. First off, above me probably is Linda Roble, the Mistress of Magnificence, otherwise known as Mom. Linda, how are you?
Doing great. So glad to be on podcast night, our best night in 2026 now.
I know. I can't believe it.
Same.
And yes, of course, podcast night is best night. To her left, I think. I don't know. Directions don't really matter in space. In this particular space, we're all in 2D. We have the man behind the curtain, John Tomlinson. Sir, how are you?
Oh yeah, I'm left at her. Yeah, I'm doing great.
Very what are we building today?
Today we are building Soundwave.
Oh, we're building Soundwave.
And I don't know if I was building it last time, but Piranha Plant.
You did. Yeah, that was the project from last time.
There's a little button on the back and it drops the coins.
Love it.
Little poop shoe.
Love that. And last but not least, to my left and or right, I don't know, is my very best friend in the whole wide world, the Princess of Power, Amanda Farrow. How are you?
Good to be back. It's weird that it's a new year.
Yeah, I both don't like it because time marches on, but also last year kind of sucked for me. So I am really looking forward to move forward. So, the games, however, they were good.
Great.
And so we're gonna be talking about a lot of that stuff. So, we're just gonna get right into it. Really, while thinking about and preparing for this episode, I decided pretty quickly that I had no interest at all in talking about the news from a gaming perspective, because I know y'all know that like the news in like the real world isn't great. If I told you that the news in video game world was only better because it's video games, that is not really much of a it's not really much of an exaggeration. So I just was like, nope, we're gonna leave it alone. And instead I thought we would spend some time as a group of 4 friends talking about some of our favorite gaming experiences of the last year, whether that be games that came out this year, games that we discovered, non-game but game adjacent things that we did, etc. And I'm gonna start because I can, and then I'm going to shut up for a while. I want to talk about my experience playing Clair Obscur Expedition 33
Nice.
with my wife. And I think that's the important part. She has I was gonna wait. I was gonna wait until there was a really big sale. I don't know. I figured I was gonna play it sometime next year. And then my wife saw a video of it and was like, this game, I would like to watch this game. This game looks very cool. And that is very true. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is not a family-friendly game, but it is a gorgeous game. And not only does it look gorgeous, but the thing I didn't know in the beginning is how great the sound and the music was going to be. The soundtrack is, I feel like, among the best I've ever listened to, which says a lot considering my favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy X. But being able to sit with this game and play it and have my wife be invested in it with me, and it was one of the first times that I recall really ever stopping a game before a story beat because my wife was asleep and I wanted to do the story beat when she was there. And so,
That's magical.
man, this game is I am done with Act 2. I'm in Act 3, and really the only reason I haven't pushed forward is because I have executive dysfunction. Because Act 3 opens up a little bit, you got a lot of options and I don't know what to do. But I didn't know what to do until this afternoon when I asked a robot to scour the internet for me and give me a spoiler-free checklist of things to do so that I could get the full flavor of Act 3 before I move on to the game without spoiling anything. And it worked.
Very nice.
It was the wildest experience. I took a chance. So yeah, I had one of my my AI robot assistants scour the internet, and it was like, so you're gonna want to go to one of these thingies, and I'm like, okay, I don't know where you learned the word thingy from, but I kind of understand what you mean. So now I have direction, and I'm not just gonna go finish the game. I'm playing it on easy though.
That's okay.
I have
game's hard.
Hell yeah.
never turned a game onto easy so fast because I logged in, Linda. This game, it's a turn-based game, right?
Okay.
But
Big butt.
and you're gonna be like, oh, I get it immediately. All of your attacks are like the thing where you have to like hit a specific button at a specific time or it doesn't work. You've seen those.
Yeah.
So
That's
all
hard.
of your attacks by default are like that. So like, I'm going to do a 6-hit combo and then my buttons are bad. So then it's like, no, just kidding. You're going to do 2 because you only hit 2 of them right.
Right.
And the same with
Then the
dodges.
monsters,
Yeah.
all of them are overtuned against you. And the only way you can succeed is if you either dodge or parry their attacks.
Okay.
And the dodge timing, very forgiving. The
Okay.
parry timing
Not forgetting,
is not. It's like Dark Souls kind of parrying. So with that said, if you go into the settings, and I recommend this for everybody, all the folks that are waiting to play this game, going to play it next year, whatever, use those accessibility settings and really read them because they're actually ones that increase the window for dodging and parrying. And the reason I bring that up is that there are a lot of games that are doing that now. Their game,
Yeah.
like, the latest Assassin's Creed game does the same thing. And it's not just M-rated action
Cognitive
games.
accessibility. That's
Yeah,
what that is,
exactly.
and it's really
And
important.
absolutely. And there are lots of indie games that put this stuff in there. I mean, if you think about Celeste, which came out a bunch of years ago, you could basically turn all the difficult stuff off so you could just experience the story, but you could kind of really change, you could tailor your own experience. A lot of games are doing that. So I know a lot of us are used to, you see the accessibility options, and it's like colorblind mode and subtitles, and like, I used to always skip through them, and this game absolutely proved it. I'm never going to not read the options again. It may just be make the subtitles bigger, but I'm going to find stuff that's going to make these games so much more playable for me. And I think there's a lot of folks that might be discouraged by newer, more action-oriented games that could play them a little bit better using those accessibility options. So that was one of my absolute most favorite gaming experiences of this year, was sitting down to play that game after the holidays, and like being able to share the story so far with my wife. And
That's so
now
wonderful.
that I have my little to-do list, thank you, robots, I can go back, and she doesn't care about that stuff, I don't think. Maybe she'll want to listen to the music while she crochets, but then I'll be like, okay, honey, we're going to the end. So lock in. And that'll be an evening or two while we go. And then apparently we're going to cry.
Yeah.
There
Have
will be
boxes of
tears.
tissues. Yeah.
Oh boy.
That is my
I
understanding, is you will
I
cry.
bawled.
I have not gotten there
Everything
yet.
makes me cry. I cry at a
Same.
good Coke commercial. I picked it
too.
up from my dad. So, yeah, it's going to be a thing. So, anyway, so that is me. I wanted to start. Linda,
Yeah.
what do you got? What was one of your favorite gaming experiences of the year?
So I think the most memorable and my favorite gaming experience, believe it or not, was not a board game. It's like,
Whoa.
yeah.
Who are you, and what
I
have you
know.
done with our mistress of magnificence?
Hey, listen, I'm now curious.
All my flabbers are gasted.
Because it was so unique for me. I know I talked about this before, but when I got the chance from Monster Couch to play the alpha of Flamecraft. So still a board game, but it wasn't actually a board game, it was digitized. And it wasn't like just a board. I mean, they made it like interactive, like a cozy game. And getting to play around with that and experience it and sit at the computer and go through the turns and everything, it was a very unique experience, and it felt extra special because it's not my normal thing. And knowing it's also a game that's not out yet, knowing it's in alpha, and seeing the things that are still in the works, seeing the imperfections, seeing the placeholders for art, the placeholders for, knowing that there's still behind the scenes stuff going on. It was just really neat to be part of that process for the first time. So, I mean, just as a gamer, it was a milestone. And so that made it really special.
Awesome.
And I really like the game too. Now I want to sit and play it.
I
I
cannot
can't
wait.
because I turned it off because they're working on it. So
Yeah,
guess
well,
what I'm doing
I
when
mean-
it comes back out?
Hell yeah.
I can't wait to see it. Listen, when you told us that you got that code, I know me and Amanda were both like, oh. Our baby's all grown up and got review code for a video game. And that's awesome. I can't wait to, I'm sure you gave them good feedback. I can't wait to see what the final product is. So yeah, great. Amanda,
Yeah.
what was one of your favorite gaming experiences? We're going to go around a couple of times, but
I think that one of my favorite gaming experiences of 2025 was playing Blueprints for the first time. I played it with Vivi and with Mike, and we were down near DC. We were down there for a convention because my husband absolutely adores Blood on the Clock Tower. It's one of his favorite games. So we were at one of those conventions, but the three of us were just like, we don't have the brain power to do all this Blood on the Clock towering. So we're going to go back to the rental house and we're going to go chill out. And why don't we check out this Blueprints game? So we threw it on a laptop.
Yep.
And we started digging into it, and I could not believe how quickly we got sucked in. Like, to the point
Yep.
where we were all looking at each other and we're like, we need snacks. We're gonna be here for a while.
Oh, time to get cozy, huh?
Time to get cozy. So that's exactly what we did. And then I remember James coming in and he's like, what you guys doing? Playing Blueprints. You were out playing Blood on the Clock Tower, and we were in here playing puzzle games, baby. So that was really great, and we kind of kept that momentum up while we were traveling, and then even on the way back, we installed it on a Steam Deck so we could keep playing it in the car. And one of us was
Yep.
taking notes in like what became this sprawling, prolific Google Doc full of blueprints nonsense. And it was
Yep.
so beautiful to be able to share that puzzle experience, especially with Viv, but the three of us and then the four of us, because James had already started playing it. It was like a family game for a hot minute. It was nice.
And I know that's not what that game was intended for, right? Like, it was not intended to be like this communal experience. This was supposed to be like Myst, but make it a roguelike kind of thing. But you are not the only person that I know who spent a bunch of time playing that game, kind of huddled around the monitor, comparing notes, and or even really just kind of sharing the experience away from the screen, because that was that kind of experience this year. I know my wife played that game too. She said she played about 5 or 6 hours of it and then stopped because she really liked Myst. And so now she saw that. Hasn't gone back to it yet. And I think she was partially just a little overwhelmed by
it's a really
how some of the stuff went.
game. And like it takes some serious commitment. So I don't blame the general on that one.
Yeah. But she loved it, what she played. And that's awesome. She learned from me that you don't have to finish a game in order to really like it. And so
that's definitely one of those games where you could just put it down and go back later, or just never go back. There's so much in it that it's an unkillable game.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So, John, what about you? What's one of your favorite game experiences this year?
The last two of you just stole like two of my biggest experiences.
Oh,
you can talk about them.
No.
You can talk. There's no.
So I'm gonna cheat
here.
A little bit because I didn't start playing this game until like the first. The Altars.
Okay.
So the Altars.
Oh man,
I
want to know what that's all about.
I have. Yep.
Yeah. Have you played it?
No, I have not.
So, it's No Man's Sky, Stardew Valley, but you're not romancing townsfolk. You're romancing yourself. Not romancing yourself, but you're dealing with yourself.
Giggity.
And like, the reason why it's called Altars is because you're making clones of yourself that had an alternate past, so they have alternate traits. So you're just like a worker, and you are on some ship, crashed, everybody is gone except for you. So you have to make a copy of yourself that's a scientist, a copy of yourself that's a miner, a copy of yourself that's X, like all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
And it's so cool, so creepy. There's like weird like stuff going on. I started like Thursday or Friday. I played 30 hours, and then I hard reset on Sunday night. And I've been like playing 4 to 6 hours every day, and it's just so good. It's one of those games where it's just like it's an easy to go back and reset, because also when you're making those relationships with yourself, with the company that you work for that you're calling back to, and your ex-wife, who's one of the people you're calling back to Earth about, it's very much like you could make those choices again, and it will show you what those choices were the first time. So you could take that different path, that alternate path. And there's like just so much to it. The acting's really great from the one guy. So, because he's just playing himself. It's like Orphan Black, which was.
Oh, interesting. That is an
Yeah.
interesting way of putting that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it until I said it. It is Orphan Black. Because
Interesting.
they're all really a little bit different. So it's No Man's Sky and Stardew Valley meets Orphan Black.
Cool.
And it's just like that futuristic, you're on the spaceship, you get, land in a weird spot and weird stuff's going on. And yeah, I love it. It's easily, it took that spot that Blueprints and Clear Obscure like completely decimated me last year. Like Clear Obscure, that ending, like I've still sat around going back like, I got 3 days. I think I could burn through it one more time. And I'm just like, no, I got too much to play because like there's so many other things I'm playing, like it just in passing with like Clover Pit and Slots and Daggers, which are two slot machine games, which are awesome, and which are just Balatro with slots. So
Oh,
but yeah.
okay. I will not be installing that.
I know, I know. It's available on mobile as well.
That is a terrible thing you just told me.
Oh,
Well,
boy, yeah.
that's
Why
what
would you
Balatro
do
did. Balatro
that?
did the same thing.
I know, but I had to uninstall Balatro. I've
Well,
never had
listen.
to uninstall a game before.
So
Now,
good.
I mean, can we? I mean, Balatro, which came out not this last year, the year before, still
Yeah.
carving
Slaps.
up time this year.
Clover Pit
Um,
was one that I got I was playing on Game Pass, and I immediately just bought it on Steam because I'm like, I'm gonna play this on Steam. Like,
Listen, I've seen some sales for that one.
yeah.
So, Linda,
Yes.
you got any other games that you played this year that
Yeah.
you?
All right. I'm going to go into show
Wanted
and
to
tell
talk
because I
about?
can. Yes. Let me just
I love
grab it
show
from
and
the-
tell.
Yeah, you get to
The
do
pile.
show
I
and
get to do
tell.
show and
It's
tell.
harder for us, but you are the first grade teacher, so it
I
works.
am.
That's true.
Though I am a mean first grade teacher and I don't actually do show and tell with the children because I'm very
You
mean.
can do show and tell with us. Okay. Oh yeah, here we go. I
Mean
knew this one
teacher.
was coming.
I doubt
guys.
that
So-
extremely much.
So you have to have the mean streak though because you're the authority. So like it's funny. It's a running joke in the classroom too that I'm mean. That's actually like the running joke. It's funny. That and also
I
like
didn't know that
everything's
was a
boring.
joke.
I mean, it's also
Anyway.
true, but that's fine. Gwent has slowly become the family game that we must bring whenever we go anywhere for any extended period of time.
Yes.
So, which is interesting because card battling is not my first preferred style of gameplay.
No, I was about to say that's not your style like at all.
No, but it's growing on me. And what
Like a
has
fungus or mold.
we're not in Last of Us. It's not quite like that.
Wow.
Gave it my best
Last of
shot.
Us reference.
I mean, come on.
Last
now.
of Us mentioned. Anyway,
So the reason this has become like the must play game is because of my husband. Because he has played so much of it digitally in Witcher 3. He
I
loves
am
the game.
not surprised.
No. When I told him there was going to be a tabletop version, he was very interested. So I got it. So we have this. We have 2 play mats now. He's been teaching us because he's played hours and hours, and the cards are the same. It is the same game from Witcher 3. So any strategy you've created, you can translate. So he's been teaching us how to play. Barely has to look at the rules because the same game. And so this has been the thing that he'll put out, and because he doesn't have to learn it, he's intuitive to it now. He'll be like, "Oh, do you want to go play?" And like we'll sit and go play. We were up in Vermont this past weekend visiting family. This came with us. We didn't actually play it, but decks were built with and sleeved while we were up there.
Wow.
So the box now doesn't fully close because the decks are now sleeved, or at least
Now
many,
it's going to
many
be
cards.
the next step is going to be, John. They're going to be sending you messages to 3D print some doohickeys for their game.
You got it.
Listen,
On it.
I mean, and I mentioned that knowing I'm just preparing him, Linda, but it's not like he wouldn't do it.
No.
Well, because he's going to
actually-
support your habit.
What he needs to do is
As is
teach
good
my
and right.
children how to use the 3D printer that is in our basement.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
So we got a secondhand 3D printer as a hand-me-down. It's older, it's not perfect, but for the price, you can't beat it.
could probably make some
3D
doohickeys.
printed. I have 9 3D printers in the basement right now.
So you'll have to
Boxed
talk
up.
to my
Well, that's because
children
you're trying.
about-
Well, he's trying to make a thing out of it, man.
One day.
This is
one
not
day.
hobbyist stuff. He's gonna
Oh,
try
I
and
was
make a
just
thing.
like, honey, what?
I do have
We're
a
working
need
on
for
stuff.
some I do have a need for some stuff for the Rolling GMs Guild though, so I may hit you up because I am having trouble sourcing the stuff that I need. But anyway, I knew Gwent was going to show up, Amanda. Like as soon as I was like, all right, what's our favorite gaming experiences? And I think the thing that Linda didn't mention, but like that I know is why, is because it's been so long since your husband, my best friend, right, has played a board game. It's been hard to get him to be able to sit at a dining room table. It's uncomfortable for him. And the thing about Gwent is it motivates him because he likes it and it's fast. And so he can come in, play a game. He can be, the fact that he can participate in that part of the gaming, that's important to me. I'll be honest, like I have not played a game yet. And I don't mind. Like it's still one of my favorite games of the year without me ever even looking at a card. I don't even know what the font is on the text. And it's because I'm just so excited to see like him playing with people and teaching the game, etc. I knew Gwent was coming and I'm super stoked that it happened. That's
It's
great.
been a big game for our family because now he's slowly having us come and again have these short games, but it's something that he enjoys. There's a short list of games that he likes to play. This is on the short list, and that means a lot.
Yeah. Listen, we love when we find those things. It's random sometimes, but
Yeah.
Amanda,
Yeah.
you got another favorite
I have
gaming
I have
experience?
Many. I have many favorite
Well, we
gaming
got
experiences.
time.
We do in fact got the time. What is another good one? So this one is not family friendly, but
fine.
it was a really wonderful experience. So when Dispatch came out in 2025, it came out episodically. So it was coming out twice a week. You got a new episode, and I think it was like 3 weeks that they did that. So the three of us, so myself, Mike, and James, we all ended up playing this game at the same time, like playing I had to play catch up because I was a little bit late to the game, but by the time we got to, I think it was the final week, we had all caught up. We were all really excited for the finale, and Dispatch, playing it kind of like almost like you're watching television, was really interesting. And I haven't done something like that probably since Telltale's The Walking Dead. And that was a long time ago at this point, right?
Really
Especially
was.
in gaming years. So when we had this, like having this kind of experience, the three of us, whereas, if it had just been me and James a number of years ago, it still would have been really cool. It's how we played The Walking Dead, but Dispatch was so interesting because it's designed for great episodic content. And it was almost like we were creating these quote unquote water cooler moments but at home. Even when I was traveling and I got trapped in North Carolina in November, at the airport during the shutdown, and I played Dispatch like all day, getting caught up and talking to the guys about it. And it was, like I said, it was like we had a little book club that we were really enjoying, but it was playing Dispatch. So for those that are not aware of what Dispatch is, it is an episodic game by Ad Hoc Studios, and
Yep.
it is by former Telltale developers. And they tell a really interesting story about, hey, what if we had superheroes that we could call upon in an emergency services kind of situation? Like, you call the cops if you need a cop, you call the fire department if something's on fire,
Mhm.
you call this particular service if you have something weird going on and you need a superhero. Or in this game's case, misfit superheroes.
Yeah.
So it was great. I think it was one of my favorite gaming experiences of the year, just because it was shared. And that's how I love gaming. I love to game in a very communal way.
Yeah, awesome. And it's not even it's a single player game, right? Like
It is.
it's, but the fact that the way they released it and the way so many people experienced it, I mean,
It was
I
like
mean,
watching
Ad Hoc-
great television.
Yeah, exactly. Ad Hoc came from the ashes of Telltale, and they wanted to tell that kind of story the way only they could. And man, it landed.
It did.
So,
It
and the
sold
fact
like
that
gangbusters.
yeah, it really did, to the point where, I mean, I know for a fact they did not have like a really strong plan for afterwards. And that their success kind of took them by surprise. I actually went to high school with one of their art directors. So he and I had a brief conversation, because I don't think he knew how much I knew about his game. So like he was sharing it on like his personal Facebook wall. And I'm like, dude, yeah, I know how big your game is. Like, you don't have to be you don't have to humble brag with me. Like, I know you got to do that with all the folks in the Facebook land, but like, I know, and so that was a kind of a neat little thing to be like, no, man, listen, I don't
No,
want
like
to say
I
I'm
get
like
it. Like
games
I go
media.
here. I understand, my guy.
Yeah, exactly. I go here. Like, but, and that was fun. I haven't played it yet. I probably will.
My dad texted me tonight and he was like, hey, I just heard about this Dispatch game. And my dad's like not normally like a narrative in video games kind of guy, even though he somehow raised a literal video game writer. I'm not sure how that works, but somehow my dad pulled it off. So he was telling me, he's like, have you ever heard of Dispatch? I'm like, Dad, if you don't buy this game, I'm disowning you.
Linda, honestly, I think you would like it too. Put
Oh, yeah?
John on
I
the
think
sticks.
so too. It's like not gameplay heavy. It really isn't. It's not a gameplay heavy kind of game. It's very story forward. It's
Okay.
meaningful decisions. Some people are kind of hit and miss with the dialogue. I personally loved it because it was very much the kind of dialogue, very natural kind of dialogue that I write. So it was kind of cool to be like, oh, well, I write like this. That's kind of neat.
The main character is voiced by the young guy from Breaking Bad, right?
Jesse.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse, the young guy from Breaking Bad. So this is not just some tiny outfit doing nothing. This was
They had
kind
some
of a
big
deal.
names coming in and doing the voice acting. It was
Yeah.
very, very cool.
I'm very interested to see how many voices I'll recognize from the various Critical Role shows. Considering
You'll
I know
recognize
that
quite
they
a
were,
few.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like half the cast.
Yeah. It was I
listen,
mean, they helped fund it, so
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
makes
I mean,
sense
if you
that they
need a
got
bunch
voice
of-
actors in there.
if you need a bunch of nerds that do voice acting for video games, it's a worse building to walk into
And that like
than Covington Press.
superheroes and
Or, yeah.
that are just big dorks. It's
Yeah.
kind of great.
Exactly. So, I speaking of Balatro, I'm talking about one of my favorite gaming experiences this year, which was teaching my mom how to play Balatro.
Yes.
We did it on a live stream, and it was so fun. my brother and I had been convinced that my mom would like this game for a very long time. We were like, Mom, you're going to like it. It's, you like card games. You play solitaire like every other day.
100%.
This is, solitaire, but like with some extra steps. And she was like, that sounds great. And, really, she was just excited to play something that maybe she could talk to us about, right? And I was trying to explain it to her, and then I was like, you know what, Mom, why don't we just have you get on let's just get on a call. And we got into Riverside just like we do. And I shared my screen with her and streamed to my personal Facebook page and had some other people watching and had some questions about it. And I showed her how to play the game so that then she could sit and play. It is the one thing that I learned, and this is really interesting, is because number one, she didn't know poker hands, and I took that for granted.
Oh no, I thought everybody knew poker hands.
She
I thought
did
that was
not
I'm
know
not actually
poker
good
hands.
at those. I know them, but I don't know them.
Really?
Yeah, unless you
Yeah.
use them enough, it's not intuitive.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I had to. So I
What does that
took.
say about me?
I took it for granted. Now the good news is she played a lot of cards. She plays, canasta. She plays rummy, and so there's it is not similar to jazz hands actually, but close enough. Marie in the Twitch chat. So she I was able to translate, but the problem is I just took it for granted and was just saying stuff that she did, like full house and straight and flush, and she just had no idea what I was talking about. So once she spoke up and said that, it was a really interesting experience clearing that up. But the other thing that was really interesting is teaching someone who really doesn't have game instincts how to play a roguelite was a very interesting thing. And that's something that I think is certainly relatable, within our greater audience, right?
Of course.
We all figure out how to tell people about cards, but it's if you're used to the idea of video games being game over is bad, then roguelites are going to be a real challenge, because it's why would I buy this thing? Why would I spend my resources to unlock this thing if it's not useful to my current run or what I'm doing right now? And it's well, you might not do that, but if your run is going to fall apart real soon and you get a sense of it, then tank your run, just lose and unlock some stuff. And just but why would I do that? Losing is bad. And I'm actually, in a roguelite, losing doesn't mean anything, because it just means you get back and start playing again. So being able to talk about that idea that you're not getting a game over. It doesn't say game over. It's just you fail and you move on. It was that was a really interesting conversation with her. And it really, helped me kind of understand, because not everybody thinks that way.
Mm-hmm.
For those of us that play a lot of roguelikes, we're oh yeah, no, it's time to tank. We're done. Let's finish this up and let's start over, because the RNG gods were not on our side. And going through all that, it was really, I thought it was a lot of fun. And it was something that we connected on. And really what it did is it led to us getting her into World of Warcraft, and me playing with her, watching. And now, thanks to Marie, she has a computer and a World of Warcraft account, and a
That's
level
so
18
huge.
and a level 18 mage. Now, admittedly, we did all that before my father passed. So she has stopped. She's been very busy, but she has mentioned it to me several times, that they're redoing the office, and that computer is going to go in there. And she's honey, I need some new hobbies. I got a lot more time on my hands, so I need some new hobbies. And I was well, I mean, the thing that was really interesting is, she was I'm going to try and play it this week. And so I had to log in and die so I could show her what dying in the game looked like. Because if
Oh.
you've never died in World of Warcraft,
You don't know how to do a corpse run.
it's freaky because it goes all black and white and you show up somewhere else on the map. So I was like, Mom, I have to have you die. The problem is she was still in the starting area that is designed to be very hard to die. So I had to run around and aggro a bunch of like 6 of these starter mobs and then proceed to sit down over and over and over again so they could slowly chip away at this mage's life total. Funniest thing you've ever, anyone that logged in, created a new character at that point and watched this happening must have been very confused. Like, is
Yeah,
this mage in like a
seriously.
death cult or something? But I just really desperately wanted her to, it's like, okay, if you play and you die, this is what happens.
Yeah. It's an important thing to do. Like, if you've never done a WoW corpse run, then
Yeah. You got to know what it is.
you got to know what it is.
And she showed me on her notes. It's really funny. She has this like uber nerd notepad that like I think it's the same stationary notepad where before Infinity War she like did her research and kept track of where all the Infinity Stones were,
Oh my gosh.
including predicting where the Soul Stone was because we didn't know where that one was at that point.
Your
She
mom
thought it
is
was in
my
Wakanda.
favorite.
And that's where Wakanda got their power. Honestly, I thought that was a pretty good guess.
It was.
But and so I think in that same notepad, she has like I'm in the Alliance, I'm a Draenei, I'm a mage, and mages do this and this and this. She has her entire rotation written down. It's very wild.
I mean,
so
that's
those
incredible.
So those experiences have been amazing. So clearly some of my favorite stuff. John, what do you got?
So before I tell my story, Clover Pit is Balatro with slots meets Inscription.
Don't say
Listen.
things. Don't say things. Why
Amanda's
do you say
like,
things
I
to me?
can't.
I'm corrupting
Amanda's like,
her
I
Why
can't.
are you like
You
this?
You can't tempt me like this.
So,
Don't cite the dark magics to me. I was there when they were written.
I played D&D, the newest edition, for the first time this year.
Look at you.
What?
I played like Pathfinder like 10 years ago or something like that. I played one session of D&D years ago. But one of our mutuals who years ago we were doing a podcast for a little while, which he is talking about maybe revisiting, called You Should Play, where we play tabletop games and we have like 2 or 3 sessions and then do like a book club session and be like, this is what we liked about it, and then we move to the next game. So it's not a campaign, it's a couple, dive sessions of 2 or 3 hours, and then we move on. So he was like, hey, you want to play some D&D? And I was like, yeah, fine. And he's like, Sunday nights. I'm like, no, I got to go to Boston at 8 in the morning. I'm not doing Sunday nights till 11 o'clock at night.
No, smart.
So he was like, so something opened up on it's friend of the show, Ray Nagel's game, and Jesse is in that game, and they had a space open up on Thursday nights in their campaign, and they've been playing for years. So they had just met this dog named Red, who is just a big dog person, and his master just got killed.
Aw.
And he barks dragons to death. That's
Impressive.
literally what he does. Like his weapons are ferocious bite and like unrelenting bark or something like that.
That's really exciting.
Yeah. So he like barks like throwing axes.
What?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds
I want
incredible.
butt-throwing axes.
I'm so jealous. I never thought
Well,
of that.
like there's, I think there's one more session left. We're trying to stop Tiamat from being resurrected. So
Yeah, resurrecting Tiamat would be really bad.
Yeah, we don't want that. Tiamat.
It's a bad
is
time. It's a
Yeah.
bad
It's
time.
very bad.
Just not a nice
Listen,
dragon.
No.
but it's a
we love-
blast.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm jealous. Thursday is
But-
raid night for me. Otherwise,
Yeah.
um,
And I'll let you know if we start back up the podcast because that's a lot of
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Linda,
Yes.
any other games that you want to talk about this year?
Always.
Oh my God! Well, yeah, we
Flip
can't not
seven.
talk about Flip 7.
So I have to start with a story with this
Flip
one.
7.
Oh,
No.
I took down my 6-7 tree
6-7.
today because we were told to undecorate. It was time. I made, as a door decoration, I made a math tree. And it had to all be 6-7 related. So it was addition, it was multiplication, it was representing the numbers. And then I had a few kids that were doing like anti 6-7. They were writing 6-7 with a circle and a line through it. I let it go.
Yeah,
We just had
that's
fun with it. It
fair.
was something stupid before Christmas. But anyway, so we first saw this, I think, Toy Fair. Am I remembering right? So we got to see this at New York Toy Fair for the first time. And the story I wanted to tell to start off for Flip 7 was, so the OP really was promoting this at Toy Fair to the point they had dancers. People in Flip 7, like, I don't know, these special like shirts that kind of look like the game cover, doing routines and singing, and it was hilarious. And everyone was stopping and watching them, and they were really just trying to promote it. And we got it demoed for us, and we've started playing it, and we haven't stopped. This is another one that's been going everywhere, and we play it often. And I'll never forget the first time we played it as a group, sitting at my table, and as people would bust, there would be an expletive, and then another person would bust, and there'd be another expletive, and it was just, we were laughing so much. We enjoyed it so much, and now it's just one that is in rotation so much because it's become that staple game that I'm now telling everyone this is, I think, going to become my most recommended. It's creeping up on that because checks a lot of boxes for a game you should have in your collection, and it's become just such an essential in ours. So I'm just finding myself recommending it a lot.
Yeah.
So, but I just think it's funny that we learned about it through literally dance.
That's
Toy Fair
incredible.
in New York.
I
What a
love
way to
that.
kick it off.
Seriously, though.
I mean, I remember standing right with you when we were watching that dance routine. So great. And yeah, man, it's probably the game I recommend the most too. Everybody needs to own a copy of it if you play board games and/or card games.
Well, they were likening it to like replacing Uno, basically.
Yeah.
And I remember that was part of like the little, song they were doing, being a little tongue in cheek. And I could see this being something that is something, how many families have Uno in their cabinet?
Yep.
Pretty much
I
everybody.
have several versions
Exactly.
of Uno in my cabinet.
Do,
would
do you have
wager-
like the ultimate like betrayal Uno or whatever it's called?
I actually just
No
picked
Mercy?
that up for
Is
my
it No
son.
Mercy?
Yeah, it's the No Mercy
I
one.
bought
It
that
is-
like 3
I
years
have
ago,
not
yeah.
cracked it because I actually am not sure if I want to get destroyed by my son.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair, because that's what's going to
Exactly.
happen.
Oh no,
Um,
100%.
we
Like I
know.
understand what I'm in for, but I don't know if I'm ready.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
valid. Yeah, but I think like almost every household probably has a copy of Uno, even if you're not a gamer family. Most people have it in their cabinet somewhere.
Yeah.
And I feel like
that's true.
Flip 7 has the potential to kind of encroach on some of that and be something because it's inexpensive, it's a card game, it's easy, fun, quick, all ages pretty much.
Yeah.
So I think this is something that has a lot of potential to be very widespread,
Yeah.
and it deserves it.
I mean, what do they have
I
in
love
that
it.
slot at Target? Like Uno Phase 10, Flip 7? Like, no reason why, Monopoly Go
Yeah.
or whatever.
I mean, and they
or
package it to
Monopoly
be
Deal,
hanging
rather.
right next to it. They, you
Yep.
know, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, anybody else got another story they want to talk about?
I
Or
have
a game,
one more.
or a game. All right, go.
I
Let's
have
do it.
one more. It is not a game from this year. It is
That's
actually
okay.
a game from 10 years ago.
Ooh.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
my little tradition with my kids when they become teenagers is that we sit down and we play Mama's favorite horror game, otherwise
Okay.
known as Until Dawn.
Okay. Okay. Is that
It
really
was
from
time.
10 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
hate everything.
Yeah, the slow
100
march of
years old.
time comes for us all. You want to know something that's also really weird? I turned 40 this year.
Oh,
So that's a thing
I don't
that's
believe it.
happening. I know, I don't believe it either. I still don't look like I'm almost 40, so maybe at some point the rest of me will catch up. I don't know. I'm still a vampire, but don't
wish
tell
that.
anyone.
Yeah, don't wish that.
So am I vampire too? Because I'm still not passing this
Yes.
40.
You 100%. You're ageless.
Goodness.
Ageless. So anyway, I told the kids, I was like, look, Viv just turned 13. So it's time. It's time that we begin our journey with Until Dawn. And Gabe's like, you think Viv will like this game? It's a story game. She'll like it. Well, why would I like it? Because it's a story game that gets really messed up. You'll really like it.
Yep.
So it's turned that time into what I have dubbed the Feral Pharaoh Comedy Hour. Because my children can't take anything seriously. They
Oh,
are my
dear.
children after all. And they decided that the most important thing to do is to cut the tension with comedy routines.
Sounds
So
about
we
right.
have a new joke. It's like this new inside joke meme situation because Gabriel was trying to learn the names of the characters, like both the kids were. And they were getting a little stressed out by it, like just a little stressed out by it, to the point where Gabe's like, Mama, who's Sam? And it was, so anyway, so Sam is one of the characters in the game, and she's the blonde, I suppose. She is the adorable blonde played by Hayden Panettiere.
Panettiere.
Yeah. So I was
The cheerleader.
anyway. It was yes, exactly.
From
The
Last
cheerleader.
of Us fame. She's
What?
the original Last of Us.
No. Hayden Panettiere is the
Hayden
cheerleader.
Panettiere is
Oh,
from-
no, I'm thinking the other one. Yeah.
That's okay. She's from Heroes. That was her.
Yeah,
claim to
Hayden
fame.
Panettiere is both
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Also, she's the daughter in Remember the Titans.
I had forgotten about that. That is also true.
That kid got beat like he stole something.
True. So
Anyway.
it was genuinely so funny, and it has been such a wonderful time that any time that the kids are just like, should I do it? What should I do, Mom? What do we do? Are we gonna live? I'm like, I guess you better be careful. They were not careful.
Of course not.
One of the characters has lost 2 fingers and may or may not be dead. Another character died horrifically. The kids were like, we gotta take a break. That was a lot. And I'm like, that's okay. I understand. I told you to make smart choices. You didn't make smart choices.
I mean,
Mom!
listen, these are important skills.
They are
gotta-
extremely important skills. I understand.
Now, are you going to show them the horrible movie afterwards? It's
The
so
movie
bad.
is interesting, but it's not an Until Dawn movie. As much
No.
as it says that it's an Until Dawn, it's not an Until Dawn movie.
Not even.
It's an interesting story, though. If you kind of if you pretend that it's not Until Dawn, it's actually a neat little
Yeah, it's a
Groundhog
neat.
Day
Yeah.
story. So
definitely.
that's what I do with it. Anyway,
Yeah.
point is, it's been really, really fun to go through and play Until Dawn again because it's been a little while. I played it through with Grace. Olive wasn't really interested. But it's been really great for like the 3 of us, sometimes the 4 of us, or even the 5 of us to be sitting down and playing this wild horror game together. So the Feral Pharaoh Comedy Hour and Who's Sam is kind of the way we do things now.
You gotta play the new one. What was it, Dust or the Quarry? The Quarry.
Oh, I've played The Quarry. The Quarry
Yeah.
is pretty good. It's not as good as Until Dawn, but it's still pretty good. So that's my last big story.
Okay. All right. Anybody else?
My dad's gonna get a Meta Quest because he played Batman on it. So he was like, "Oh, you could do all these different like exercise games and stuff." So he learned how to
Awesome.
use that on Christmas Day. So
Amazing.
Awesome. The last thing I want to say, and I think I can I'm looking through my Steam library, is this year was absolutely dominated for me by various like roguelite deck builder style games that were a roguelike deck builder, but it's roguelike deck builder, but you are commanding forest creatures, or a roguelike deck builder, or you are tribes of Vikings, or a roguelike deck builder, but make it Three Kingdoms era China.
That's
which
wild.
it's called Three Kingdoms: The Blood Moon. It is not Dynasty Warriors, but make it a trading a card game roguelike. Although, man, that would have been awesome if it was.
I know how much
played,
you love your Musos.
I was dominated by those things, but one other game has more playtime for me than any of those other games, and that is Desktop Survivors 98.
Oh man, you've been singing this game's praises all year.
I have 71 hours of
Yo, that's a lot of time
in
for you,
Desktop
dude.
Survivors 98. I have 59 out of 78 achievements added to the game. And I know that some of them I don't have because they were added very recently. Desktop Survivors may very well be one of my games of the year because it is so freaking good, guys. I can't even put it into words. 71 hours that I have played this. Like I've played some games, but that one caught my attention pretty strongly. And man, it is so good.
That's
It's
awesome,
so good.
dude.
Yeah, I love it so much. So, guys, I think we made it.
I think we did.
We did it. So this is not our games of the year. We're going to do that next time. So for everybody watching and for listening, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed recording. We're going to be back in 2 weeks where we are going to go through and declare our games of the year, plus a little bit more for fun. So I hope you guys have a great night. We will see you in a couple of weeks. And until next time, don't forget to get your family game on. We'll talk soon. Bye now.
Bye.